said before in the previous match, Uganda haven't really been tested. Zimbabwe would have had a lot of confidence from that last-minute dramatic win earlier today over Kenya. So your call on this one, James, it's going to be a huge task for the Zimbabwe Cheetahs. So very interesting stuff, but early days, Zimbabwe will have to first handle Uganda, and Uganda is a very, very difficult customer, very composed and organized team.
I think that's going to make the difference. The team that takes control of this final will definitely be the one who will most likely conquer. It's a 14-minute game. Uganda have shown huge promise when it comes to controlling games, so let's see if they have what it takes to do it now.
And do you think, James, they're actually without their key player, Wakarach, who this week signed to go and play professional 15s in France, and they still have a lot of depth and still a lot of talent and very able and capable players?
Absolutely. I think they've got a couple of youngsters that definitely have been able to learn from Philip Wakarach. I've actually played with him before. What a wonderful guy. I think he's captained them for years as well, and I think these youngsters would have definitely learned a lot from him to take a lot of confidence into these final preparation games.
Zimbabwe win the first penalty, but they call back to take it from the mark. Zimbabwe.
Come on, Uganda!
Early strike will be crucial for them. Qualified, who did go on to qualify, and it's being used to those big moments that allows you to take that pass, hold onto that pass, and make something of it, where the Zimbabweans might have been a little bit over-eager there. Now it's Uganda on the attack. Still Uganda. They've got a player wide. He cuts inside. And it's Aaron Foyworth with the first score of the match. Uganda on the board. The go-to man this entire weekend has been Foyworth, and he gets the first try for Uganda. And rash decisions. They exactly know what to do when they're on the pitch and when they have possession. Zimbabwe is still very much in it. Don't write them off. Chingarai Katsveri has been dangerous for them. He's the man who scored the dramatic winning try against Kenya early today. They go wide very quickly. Now ruck time. Recycle it. Makura with a switch to Katsveri. Gannon's appealing for a penalty. Again appealing for a penalty, but it's Uganda punished for holding on.
I think Uganda there just lacking a little bit of patience in the breakdown, something they've been so good at to force turnovers.
Makura slipping, but Zimbabwe holding on to possession. For that short bullet pass. Mandaza, Shadrack Mandaza, he almost got through there. Now it's Katsveri. Sumi, number 4 for Zimbabwe, has also been very good this weekend. Do they have the pace on the outside? Yes! That is also a very, very well-worked try. Very patient by Zimbabwe in the build-up. And the Cheetahs are back in this. They're on the board. Winner of this match will face South Africa in that match. Sumi with a restart. Contesting it in the air, and they've won it. They've won the scrum. That restart. And I think there's some sort of statistic that has shown that the team with a better restart percentage is the team that's been very successful, or teams that have been very successful. I think there's advantage being played for Zim there. Might have been offside at the scrum. Sumi Still Musumi looking for the switch to Sigauke. Now Sigauke. Still Sigauke. Holding on. So let's see what Uganda do here. They tap a kick out, regather. No, they actually go for the line out for the touch. And you have to trust that set piece, James, because if you concede a try here, you know, the confidence levels drop a bit, the heads drop a bit. They're lucky to get away with this one. They knocked it on. 7-all at halftime, all to play for in this Cup semi-final. Zimbabwe against Uganda. Vital for Zimbabwe here. That's why the toss is so important at the start of the match. It's not what they wanted. Most teams decide to kick off when they win the toss so that they can receive first after second half, at the start of the second half, which is what Zimbabwe were not able to do. Uganda win the penalty, and immediately Zimbabwe now under pressure. Siga Kasito. Penalty. Couple of offside calls from the bench. Boy with scrum feed. Goes blind. That'll be Uganda in the corner. Zimbabwe have not had their hands on the ball. Middle pod. This time it's taken cleanly. Uganda lucky to get away with that. It's definitely offside, swimming around at the ruck. And the end result is going to be score for Uganda by Nobert Okeni. Try number 3 for Uganda. Uganda also did very well putting Zimbabwe under pressure at the restart. Now Zimbabwe with possession. Linking up and then the long pass. It's Sigauke. Sigauke. Ball didn't go into touch. Very well to release it before he was dragged over the line. Still Zimbabwe. Pinaru now. Uganda have stolen that. Support at that ruck, just not arriving in time. Now the penalty for offside against Zimbabwe. And they failed to gather the restart. And as you said, clinical Uganda, their set pieces, very good line out take. Now Uganda rampant. Dennis at 12. Just look at the build-up. Little dab ahead. And try time. That's it for Uganda. So he can immediately start analysing Uganda and also look at his own side's performance.
Absolutely, I think South Africa definitely will be wanting to owe Uganda one after last week, and it'll be an absolute spectacle to look forward to in that cup final.
Zimbabwe, one last opportunity. Still Uganda defending, working hard. And look at the Ugandans celebrating. That's the end of it. 24-7. Uganda reached the cup final at the Rugby Africa Sevens. Your brief thoughts, James, on the matchup South Africa against Uganda?